everybody, and welcome back to another Rosh Reviews, where today we are in a 40th Anniversary GTS, number 36 of only 100 ever made. This thing is pretty damn special, and with only 39,000 Ks on this particular example, it is like brand new. It really is, and driving this today, yeah, this thing feels special.
Now quickly, this video has been sponsored by CarVertical. Trusted by over 1 million people in over 50 different countries, CarVertical uses its various databases to check used cars for accidents, theft, outstanding finance, mileage rollbacks, and so much more. For example, here we have a Volkswagen Golf, and CarVertical has already alerted us to a potential issue with the mileage and potential damage. If we keep scrolling, we can see that the Golf was originally from the UK and was imported into Australia back in 2019. The mileage does not add up, and wow, look at the damaged photos. This really shows you the history of this car. CarVertical is a vital tool for anyone looking to buy a used car. A link is in the description, and I'll even pin a comment down below. So make sure you check them out, and let's get back into the video.
Now, just before we continue with this 40th Anniversary GTS review, guys, we do have to say a huge thank you to WestSide Autos for loaning this car out for us today. This one is for sale, so if you guys are interested, a link is going to be in the description below. So make sure you check them out because, yeah, this thing really does feel special. And just coming around these real tight hairpins, we got the 6-speed manual. You drop it down. Oh, yeah, you get around this corner. Oh, baby, yep. That old LS3 up front, she delivers very well. And 317 kilowatts, 550 newton meters from that naturally aspirated LS3 V8 up front. Rear wheel drive, TR6060 Manual here. This was the very first car to feature the new gearbox, and it is just a masterpiece. It really is. Anytime you get in one of these Holdens, these HSVs, the 6-speed manual is always the way to go. Now, what did the 40th Anniversary Edition get? Now, we were celebrating 40 years of the GTS, so it was all the way back in 1968. The Monaro GTS was released, and what a car that is. This particular one, I gotta tell you, in person, I am not a VE fan, and this VE, it really impresses. And, you know, look, when I was driving this thing around town, going to the servo, a lot of people were stopping, staring, having a chat because it's got some presence. It really does. Now, performance-wise, there wasn't any upgrades with this 40th Anniversary Edition, unfortunately. But do you really need it when you still got that 6.2-liter NA V8 up front, the LS3, that did come right out of the Corvette? Probably not. This did, however, get special paint, so you could only get this in Sting Red like we have today, or Heron White. We also did get some special stripes, so you can see them run up the side of the bonnet here, down the side of the car. It is on the boot as well, so you can kind of distinguish what this is. And then you do get your 40th Anniversary badging everywhere, and it is quite noticeable around the place. So, you know, straight away you see it on these beautiful seats. They got GTS embroidered into them, and then they do have the 40th Anniversary badge on the headrest, and it looks nice. You got badging on the rear of this car for 40th Anniversary. It's on all the sill plates. It even shows up when you turn the center infotainment system on, which is kind of a nice feature. And really, one of the weird Easter eggs of this car I noticed, there's no build number anywhere in this car unless you pop the bonnet and you have a look at the build plate, which, as you would expect, this is number 36. It's got all the information there. Inside, though, you would think there would be a build number, 36 somewhere in here. There isn't. But when you turn the infotainment system on, you do get your 40th Anniversary kind of screen that pops up, and right next to it, it tells you your individual build number. So this is number 36, and it shows number 36 in the infotainment system. Like, just put a badge down here somewhere. Like, that just seems really crazy to me, but that's what they did. Now, sadly, because these were a 2008 VE, essentially, they're an early model, it doesn't have the EDI track apps. And I have actually reviewed a 25th edition HSV GTS, a different one again. I know they got all these different anniversaries for whatever they want to make up, but if you want to check that video out, you should. It's a pretty cool car as well. That one, because it was a Series 2, it was an E3, it did get, the EDI track apps. And I absolutely love them. I really wish this had that. But thankfully, this still does have the magnetic ride control suspension. So we do have a button up here we can push, and then that automatically just stiffens all the suspension here for when we are going through some twisties, which is nice in a car like this because it's heavy. 1.8 tons heavy. Yeah. Now price, this thing brand new would have set you back just over $80,000. And back in 2008, that was a lot of change. Even in today's money, that's a lot of change. Now on the used market, look, this particular one is for sale again from WestSide Autos. This is the only one for sale currently on the market, and it's for sale for $69,000. That seems high, but honestly, when I've sat in this car today, I've looked at it in person, I actually think it's not that bad. It's probably what it really should earn because this is a collector's car. It is absolutely in beautiful condition, and inside, again, it is just immaculate. Just build those revs up a bit, that apex, and yeah, it is fun. Oh, it is so good. And, you know, it holds the corner pretty well. Again, that steering is quite doughy, but, oh, just the feel of torque under your right foot is just magic. Now, thankfully, this does have little shift beeps. So, you know, when you are getting to red line, it will do a little beep to let you know to shift because this actually doesn't show you where red line is, surprisingly enough. And it's very similar to like the BABF XR8s. They don't tell you where red line is, which is absolutely stupid. Now guys, if you are enjoying this content and you want to support the channel, I have just released a bunch of new shirts on my merch shop, including You're Never Late in a V8, and this particular one does show the LS. I also got LSA the World, some other cool Aussie designs, so make sure you have a look. The link is in the description, and it really does help me out, guys. And also, consider hitting that subscribe button, because that definitely helps. And look, driving position, the seats are so comfortable. You got a good view. You can see out everywhere pretty nicely. The wheel is, you know, quite big. It's meaty in the hands. It is kind of vague, you know, and it, you know, the steering definitely I wish was a little bit tighter. But, you know, it is a big old muscle car, and that's just how they steer. But it is pretty nice to roll your gears in this car. It looks pretty visually pleasing in here. You know, I do love the 3 gauges above the infotainment system. You know, you've got your oil pressure, your oil temperature, and your battery voltage meter. Yeah, you get in these cars, a nice open back road here in Australia. It's just what these cars were built for. And, you know, who cares if this thing is just stock? We're just rolling gears, listening to the rumble of that V8, and my goodness, it's something special in an Aussie-built Commodore. There just is something so special about that. The Falcons, the Commodores, man, I wish they were still being made today. Now, just pulling up on this back road, we're gonna do the 0 to 100 test here. This is claimed at about 5 seconds flat, and unfortunately, because this didn't get the EDI track apps, I don't believe this has launch control. I've been trying to figure it out. I'm pretty confident it doesn't have it. So we have turned traction control off. We are just gonna reset the draggy, and yeah, this is it's gonna be tricky, but here we go. Yeah, we definitely spun the wheels a little bit there. But yeah, man, it's a hard one to launch, you know. Maybe with traction control on, it's a bit easier, but I felt like it would cut power, so we'll see what that time was. 0 to 100, guys, was done in 6.5 seconds, and look, it's spinning every time. I've done it a couple of times here now, and yeah, it's heavy, 1.8 tons. Claimed at 5 seconds. I think with the right tires, the right driver, the right road, you probably could do that, but you know, 6.5 seconds, that's still pretty damn fun. It's not bad. Yeah, I don't care, you know, no performance upgrades. It is kind of like a sticker kit, a lot of people will call this thing, but man, just the look of this thing, it really has some presence about it. And I'm not usually one for a VE, but this particular one, it definitely is winning me over, because you just see this thing driving down the road. It's special, and just the condition it's in, the subtle details with the stripes and the badging on it, especially sitting in here, you know, the seats and just how well presented everything is, it definitely does demand your attention to love this thing. So there it is, guys, the 40th anniversary HSV GTS, and I absolutely love this car. Absolutely one of my favorite VEs I've ever had the pleasure of driving. And just the subtle little upgrades, I know they're minor, but they really do make this car feel a lot more premium. And the fact this is only at 39,000 kilometers is basically a brand new car. So a huge thanks again to WestSide Autos. Check them out in the description, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here. We'll see you on that next video.